So today we're going to be looking at the top 5 perks that help mitigate the absolute agony of solo queue Dead by Daylight. So let's hop right into it. Starting off at number 5 is the general perk Kindred. Kindred is actually one of the best perks for solo queue survivors, since when you get hooked, it shows the survivor's auras to everyone else in the game at all times. It actually even shows the killer's aura as long as they're within a 16-meter radius of the hooked survivor who has this perk. And this lasts for the entire time you're on the hook. 2 hook stages for you at 60 seconds apiece, which is 2 whole minutes of aura read for your team. Now this perk is so powerful because now instead of your teammates having to guess if someone's going for the save by looking at the survivor HUD and seeing if any of them pull off the generator or not, they can actually actively see the aura of anyone going for the save or not. This will then allow the other 2 remaining survivors in the trial to stay on the gens while the one goes for the save, meaning better efficiency, and better efficiency equals more gens done equal more games won. But this perk has the side effect of making you even angrier when you use it and nobody comes to save you still and you die on the hook, and what was the point of any of it? So use it with caution. Of course, we had to have at least one exhaustion perk here on the list, as that's a staple of every survivor's kit, and that's going to be old reliable Sprint Burst. The first time you run, you break out into a sprint at 150% movement speed, which can be a hard reset on any chase if you time it right, but it can also just get you to a good spot on the map from the beginning of the game and find a generator early on. You'll then be exhausted for the next 40 seconds, and the only way you can regain it is by walking, holding still, or working on a gen. If you continue to run, your exhaustion meter is paused. Just please do your best not to be one of those people who walk the entire game to save their sprint burst for a chase. Sometimes you sprint burst right into the killer's loving arms, and that's just how this game goes. Don't fight it and hold your team back. Embrace it. Number 3 on the list is another classic perk coming from the Meg. That perk being Adrenaline. When the last generator is powered, you break out into a sprint at 150% for 5 seconds, and it heals you. Yes, it will pick you up off the ground, and if you're injured, it will make you full health. This perk also causes exhaustion, but ignores exhaustion, meaning you can use a sprint burst and immediately hit an adrenaline that heals you and literally carries you across the entire map, and the killer can only watch with a small tear in their eye as all the progress they made instantly evaporates. Did I mention it also works off the hook? So if you get hooked and the exit gates get powered and then you get unhooked, you'll be fully healed as soon as your feet touch the ground, and that'll really leave the killer sobbing, because it's happened to me a couple times, and let me tell you what, it hurts. It hurts bad. So number 2 on this list is the unique perk from Bill Overbeck, Unbreakable. This perk is a very solid one that actually allows you to pick yourself up off the ground without the help of another survivor one time, and one time only, but has a permanent added effect of making you recover 35% faster as well. Now, it might not seem that good, and sometimes it isn't, because 9 times out of 10, whenever you bring Unbreakable, they never leave you on the ground and they just hook you immediately, and then you have a tear in your eye as you get no value from that perk. But the 1 in 10 games where you do get value, let me tell you what, it feels great.
Huge Unbreakable value.
Just go to the search bar and type in clutch Unbreakable plays, and you can see all sorts of crazy game swings from even a single Unbreakable. And besides, even if you don't do anything crazy with it or make any huge plays, being able to avoid a single hook state is huge already in itself, and being able to recover 35% faster can help teammates out a lot. And finally, at the number 1 spot is the unique perk from Adam, Deliverance. The perk for when you just can't rely on your solo queue teammates to save you because they're too scared crouching in the corner or hiding in lockers. This perk allows you to unhook yourself guaranteed 1 time after safely unhooking another survivor. A safe unhook is any unhook where the killer doesn't immediately start chasing the survivor you just unhooked, so you can't just unhook right in front of the killer's face, get your stack, and leave. And whenever you are hooked without this perk, you have a base 4% chance to yeet yourself off the hook. But if you fail to yeet yourself off the hook, 1/3 of your hook timer will be taken. So you get 3 chances to unhook yourself, and if you fail those 3 chances, you'll be at the second hook stage, which you never want to do, because it wastes your time, it wastes the survivor's time, and 9 times out of 10 you're not gonna get off, and you're just gonna get yourself killed, and that'll get your teammates killed, because you really need all 4 of you to be alive to make it work. But the beautiful thing about this perk is if you get a safe unhook, you guaranteed unhook yourself on the first stage. But this perk is also cursed because 9 times out of 10, whenever you run Deliverance, you'll be the first one found, and you'll be the first one put on hook, and then suddenly this perk does nothing because you can only yeet yourself off the hook during the first hook stage. Oh, and you'll also be broken for 60 seconds, which means you can't heal, but hey, that's gotta be better than being left for dead on the hook, right? So that was it. Those are the top 5 best solo queue perks for Survivor and for Dead by Daylight, in my opinion, of course. Let me know what you guys think, and if you guys agree or not in the comments below, or if you think there's a better perk that should have been on this list, let me know.